Hello, everyone, and welcome to what is episode 13 of The Violet Madness. My name is Mark, and I am your DM. And with me, as always, are this band of adventurers who have brought it upon themselves to cure the land of Castonia of what has become known as the Violet Madness, a magical fungal plague that has spread across the lands. But before we get into the recap of our previous session, let's introduce everyone present today. Let us start off with Ryan.
Hi guys, I am Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, and I will be playing Daemon Filius Venus. Hello, my darlings. And that's Bodhi, if you can hear him. Daemon is a 6 foot some red tiefling of a quite demonic variety, and he is also an artificer who he is accompanied by his good friend Rocket the Raccoon, who he actually built himself along with Gelfund.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much, Ryan. Next up, then, Stephen. Would you care to introduce both yourself and your character?
Sure, I'm Stephen, your paladin pal, over on the Emerald Collective Discord, and this evening I'm playing Sir Tyrion Shadowbane. Tyrion is 27 years young, 6'2", and to look at him, he would be somewhere between Jaime Lannister and Prince Charming from Shrek.
Thank you very much. Next up, then, Dave.
Hey, I'm Dave, GM for the Sovereign Saga, Rebirth of the Graven King and the Starless Twilight here in the Emerald Collective, and I play Shadar Vikanis, Grave Domain Cleric of the Raven Queen. Shadar is a half-elf, and you'd place him at around 100 years of age if it weren't for the fact that he was magically aged by an undead creature in an old manor house a long time ago. Shadar is actually only in his mid-30s and acts like he's in his teens, and he has bright white hair and is typically dressed for battle in black leathers with a black chain shirt and his musty? No, not yet, probably later on, his trusty mace and wineskin.
Thank you, Dave. Next up, then, Matt. Would you care to introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, of course. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt, and I will be playing Alfred Kelnaren, the half-elven evocation wizard. He's a bit of a shabby-looking guy, a bit absent-minded, prone to a bit of introspection, but he packs some powerful magic up his sleeve for when it's necessary. He's got his mind set on freeing Galfond from his captivity.
Yes, indeed, and only time will tell in that regard. Thank you, Matt. And then last but not least, we have Ali.
Hi everyone, I'm Ali Marr. You might know me from my romance books or from the Ladies of Lore, where I also play some D&D. Either way, I hope you're having a good time. Today, I play Mina Dumont. Lady Dumont is a widow from Aston who traveled after the death of her husband in the Red War, until running into the party and the Violet Madness and everything that you've been sticking around with us for. She is a 50-year-old half-elf with tawny beige skin and long brown curly hair. She's got a happy attitude and a sunny smile with a pep in her step. She's a College of Whispers bard who can be found with a drum on her hip and a rapier on her side. She wears white riding leathers with a blue top, a sash, black gloves, and fancy jewelry. But if you look closely enough, her shadows might seem to dance in the sand. Recently, she seems surprised at the knowledge that the Red War's outcome seems to be different than she knows. But it also might be time for a prison break.
Yes, indeed. Who knows? But that brings us. Thank you, Ali. That brings us straight to our recap then on the prison break. Upon descending from Galfond's tower, equipped now with the knowledge that he was taken prisoner by these drow cultists, and in a message left by Galfond, he seems to be taken deep into the Underdark that can be accessed through the Crinell mines, not far from Pethlan. However, there was some debate as to whether Galfond has remained in captivity. There was some speculation shed upon that, but answers will only be sought should they venture towards those wretched mines. Afterwards, shortly after, Mina was greeted by Lloris Rush, a dashing young freedom fighter from Ambersand Isle who has become known to the locals as El Fuegante, otherwise known as the Man on Fire. He invited Mina to a secluded hideout where some other members, or should I say, residents of the Ambersand Isle are waiting to be transported back home. However, there is some trouble. Accompanied by Daemon and Sir Tyrion, they found out that some prisoners are still being held, innocent civilians being held at the Pethlan guardhouse, and they're with no release date in sight. Lloris is bringing it upon himself to initiate a stealthy prison break, to which Mina and her companions decided to retreat back to the inn and mull it over. Lloris said he will be waiting at the market at sundown for their answer. Meanwhile, while that was happening, at the old palace, Elfric and Shadar went to report to the king and his council of dukes and duchesses to report their findings in Galfond de Limes's tower. Worried of Galfond's fate, the king has entrusted the task to Elfric and the others to retrieve the Archmage, to which Elfric has accepted, and I believe everyone else is of the same opinion. But that discussion was held, and the next course of action, I believe, is the Bernthus mines, the Criminal mines. But before retiring for the evening, Mina decided that she would like to go out and about in the town in Pethlan one last time before embarking on their trip once again, accompanied by Daemon. And that is, of course, where we are going to bring the curtain up on episode 13 of The Violet Madness.
As they leave the apartment.
As they leave Shadar's gaff.
Don't worry about me, I'm dead tired, apparently.
As they leave Shadar's place.
He's storming off.
Mina and Daemon, you step onto the cobblestone streets of the upper district in Pethlan. That's right, Shadar lives in the upper district, which is quite close to the market, not far. And
always wish to be living in the lower districts, though, 6 feet lower.
As you emerge from the apartment, you can see that the full moon casts a luster of daylight onto the streets, its pale brightness shining down upon you two. The streets are lively enough. You can see nearby taverns, kind of the echoes of music bellowing from the various inns and taverns, people out in the street. It's not too late in the evening. It's probably about 9:30, and however, the marketplace you see in the distance is there are very few people there. Most of the merchants and vendors had packed up and closed up shop by 6 o'clock. And you venture wherever it is you'd like to go.
Well, are we late to meet Lloris now?
It's a little bit, but sundown was probably at around probably about an hour ago. But yeah, you're a bit late, but not super late.
First things first on my agenda is to go find him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Daemon, if there's anything you're trying to say or do additionally. Oh, actually, that's a lie. Well, it's after sundown, so all the markets are closed, right?
Correct.
Shoot. All right. Well, yours it is.
I do hope that you're not going to just run into this and that you're going to take precaution.
Well, I'm not trying to go in there and get myself caught.
Exactly. I'm here to make sure you don't do anything stupid more than help too much. I also have a reputation I don't particularly want to lose.
Well, either way, I appreciate the backup. We are in a limited time frame, though, if everyone wants to leave tomorrow.
Yes, and with that, I know it's good to be fashionably late, my dear, but we really should get to your friend.
And just picking up the pace, walking faster, because, yeah, we're a bit late.
And as you head towards the markets, you can see the kind of the tarp canopies of all the wooden stalls in the distance, kind of billowing slightly in the evening breeze. And so you kind of walk through the now empty stalls. You head back towards like the back wall of the city where the market is kind of situated, and there, kind of almost at a corner, you can see Lloris kind of leaning his shoulder against one of the wooden stalls, and as soon as he notices you, he kind of stands upright, and a wide smile just kind of graces his face as he salutes you both. He says, "Ah, there she is, my desert flower, and her quite charming companion. Lovely to see you." And he kind of looks past you. "I see it is just you two."
Better that way. Keep things small.
I
Though
see.
I doubt we're truly alone. Amina doesn't know where Fido is, but she's kind of glancing over her shoulder anyway, because it's also not the first time Tyrion has been like, "Yeah, go do your thing," and then Fido's just suddenly there.
Is Fido there? I actually don't know.
He was at a distance following them.
See?
Okay, and he's visible, is he?
Well, unless he's hiding in the bushes, but he
Oh, okay.
has no facility to turn invisible.
Okay, cool. Well, then in that case, Lloris kind of just sees this hulking mastiff in the distance, now in a kind of seated position further back in the market, and he goes, "Ah, friend of yours."
That he is.
A
I guess,
guardian.
speaking of friends, is his bird nearby?
Excuse me?
Sorry, no, this is out of character. Speaking of
Oh,
friends, is his bird nearby?
You notice that his bird is perched close by.
So Mina will kind of glance at it and say, "Is that a familiar? A friend? A pet?"
It is a friend. No, not a familiar. No, it is one of the sapphire songbirds from Aston. Not magical in any sense of the way. It is just nature.
So what is this plan of yours then? I believe we don't have a lot of time.
He unsheaths his blade that was hanging at his hip, takes about 2 steps backwards, and then kind of taps it on this kind of metal grate, or a kind of manhole cover kind of type thing. And he says, "Through here, we just have to go through some of the newer sewer system, but there is access to the old ones that will lead us right underneath the Pethlan Guard. Not going to be an aromatic adventure, but before long we should find ourselves very much within the city dungeons."
Well, it's not exactly the first time we find ourselves with human remains over us, is it, Mina?
Sadly, it isn't.
Have you ever been inside a human? And I don't mean in the sexual sense. I mean in the physical sense.
I cannot say that I have.
Well, we have.
It must have been quite a big human. Or did you simply just shove your head into his throat?
No, we were much smaller. It was an ordeal. Miss Mina here was not at her finest.
Right. Have we... I'm assuming we haven't scoped out the area then, since we talked.
I have been going through the sewer system. I have not gotten into the dungeons, but inside man tells us that there should not be any more than 8 to 10 guards on duty at night. All we need to do is use a bit of magic, knock them out, get the keys, open the cells, come back the way we came, and we'll be back in time for celebratory drinks.
What kind of people do we have on the inside?
As I say, innocence. Nobody.
No, I mean the people giving you the information.
Oh, well, we have a couple of people who work as cleaners and servants within the old palace and the likes. Nobody within the ranks of the army, unfortunately.
Just so you know, if this is subterfuge, if these people are in fact not very innocent, there will be recompense for it. You're taking it upon your word that everything is as it is.
And he kind of takes a couple of steps towards you, Daemon, and kind of clasps your shoulder with his hand. He says, I assure you, my good man, there is nothing but innocence behind the iron of those prisons. If there is even a single person there guilty of petty theft, I would leave them there and go through due process, but I swear to you, they are nothing but innocents.
Is his mind saying the same thing?
His mind is like saying, these people need to be brought home, they need to be freed, they have done nothing wrong.
So whether they really are or not, he himself truly believes that. Okay.
Yes, yeah,
That's fair.
he believes it, yeah.
Can I roll some kind of gut check? Because Allie feels like this is terrible. But, like, maybe it's not. Maybe Mina feels like it's not. I don't know.
What's terrible in particular?
The plan.
Oh, okay. So there is no, like, gut mechanic, but I presume
know.
wisdom would
That's
be
what I
the...
was trying to
Wisdom
figure
would
out.
be...
Like,
wisdom check would be the most straightforward thing.
oh, cool. I'm not very good at that.
Anything higher than a 12 will do you.
14.
On paper, this sounds like a pretty straightforward gig. There's a special entrance, couple of guards, you got magic, you got ways and means. Like, I mean, Lloris has thought it out. That's plain to see. However, your gut does tell you that if things go south, you're not at full strength, and forget about being captured, you could be killed.
We're not at full strength, meaning...
As in, like, there's only 3 of you.
Okay. Gut check, I guess. Again, and this is Mina thinking things out, right? Because part of me is thinking I should do some sort of flyby, check if and like I can polymorph into a bird, do a literal flyby, see if I can sense anything, like checking for, I don't know how this works technically, because there is no like magic sense that's not like I have detect magic. I could do some sort of detect magic, see what kind of defense systems are in place. I could, land on like a little windowsill because I could get in that way, and then I could knock out one guard or sneak the keys off of one guard and then like do it. Like, it seems unnecessarily complicated to go through the sewers. But I'm also not trying to like completely take this over and do a solo mission in the middle of all of this if like the plan is good enough. So like that's kind of where Mina is thinking.
Yeah, like I suppose with a wisdom check of 14, to put it simply, like it's a solid plan. It has its merits, but there are avenues, not enough information, where things could go wrong, and if they do go wrong, it could be bad.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so Lloris, not to be rude, but to be frank, I know what Daemon can do, and I know what I can do. What are your strengths?
Well, I'm quite handy with this whole blade of mine. I can be quiet, I can be crafty, sneaky, but
is he very roguish? Is that the impression I get?
You're getting the impression that he's a little roguish.
Okay.
He says, in terms of this magic, not quite adept as you fine people.
Okay. We'll
Daemon
go
is
in.
fine.
Which is why I ask you for my help. You may have magics that could maybe put people to sleep or put them otherwise engaged or knocked out or confused. This type of thing.
Damon, darling, I'm thinking of polymorphing into some sort of bird or something to try and get a bit more of an aerial view, maybe even see if I can sneak in to get the layout of the prison itself. What do you think?
I think if you're going to go in and try and get a look around, I think something more like a rat would be more suitable to be unnoticed in these sorts of places.
So Mark, I don't know if you want to do this like in game or you just want me to roll a check for how well it goes, but I think time permitting, that's probably one of the safer ways.
I would ask you then, in your bird/rat form, are you going in via the sewers or going in via the Pethlan guard, like through the front door?
I'd probably go in through the sewers if that's the plan.
Cool.
Which, but also, like, I guess.
What I might also suggest, Mina, is that we come down as well and maybe come kind of 3/4 of the way, shall we say, and then you'll be able to drop back and tell us if it's clear or not.
Okay.
Oh, very well. It sounds like we have a safety net here. Lady Carmina can polymorph herself and wander around, see where the guards are posted, and see exactly which one has the keys to the cells. And well, I think this is going to work out in our favor. Very well. And he kind of claps his hands and starts kind of working on that manhole cover, which he pulls open after a moment. And yeah, that's that hot stink from the sewer just kind of wafts up, and you kind of all wince slightly. But yeah, there is a greasy kind of ladder leading down into the darkness. Well, since this is my plan, I believe I will go first. And Lloris ventures downwards. And then, I suppose, after about 10 minutes of negotiating through these new sewers and old sewers, you eventually come to this kind of dead end. And Lloris kind of just
for the record, when this bites us in the ass, I hate this. Like, genuinely, I've got the heebie-jeebies. I feel like this is the wrong way to do it. But we are out of time. Okay, fine. This feels so bad. I mean, like, I tried. I rolled the wisdom check. That's where we are, I guess. I don't know.
This is the worst idea ever. If Dave can go on the record, this is like, yeah.
I am cool. It's all right.
As a person who was expecting 5 people to come down here, not 2. Just saying. Anyway, you come to a dead end.
Listen, I hinted, and pretty much half the party was like, "But that's my king." So, yeah.
You just fucking made a deal with Bill Clay.
Well, you shouldn't. It's fine.
We'll have to wait for another episode for the 3 PK.
It's against it. Well,
So you come to this dead
I mean,
end.
some of us respect our rulers.
Obviously, realistically, not to like.
Half the party
Look,
respect
Instead of a
law and order.
TPK, we've got a 2 PK. It'll be
Should we
fine.
bring the whole party down? I would hate for this to end up being an episode or 2 or a combat or 2 with like I guess off the table. I don't want to exclude most of the
don't worry.
party
I'll be
from
jumping.
this.
I'll be jumping back to the guys mid session. Don't worry.
Okay.
I
Sorry.
it won't be exclusive to you and Daemon this episode.
Don't apologize. And if the whole episode is this, I'm here. I'm enjoying it as well. I'm like, get to be a listener in this one. So like, let it go as long as it needs to go, because this is awesome.
This is the game.
Alas, you arrive at this dead end in the sewers, and Lloris, he walks up to the wall and kind of places a hand against it, and you can see the kind of grime and the grease that's kind of seeping out through the cracks in the stone. And he says, "This is it. This is the place behind this wall." And you can see now that your kind of eyes are kind of more adjusting to it a bit more, that there's actually light spilling through the cracks. Definitely gaps big enough for, we'll say, a bird or a rat or a creature of that size that would be considered tiny could fit through. And he says, behind this wall are the old dungeon. Or sorry, excuse me, behind this old wall is the dungeon. Shall we continue with this plan, Carolina?
I feel like I can't go back. Yes. Yeah, I guess I will polymorph into a rat. Because the original bird idea was to go, like on the upper floors, where there's like barred windows and shit like that. But no, now I'm in the muck as a rat. Let's do it.
Okay, very well. I am just going to bring you guys over to a new screen.
We're dead.
Is it possible? Is it possible to have our tokens on the map so we can keep
Oh
what's
yeah.
going
I'll
on?
put everything there. Yeah.
Awesome.
He wants the TPK in real time, or the 2PK.
Preferably with like a sleeping icon over the top of them as well.
Well, at least it won't be great, but at least Fido will know what happened to us, and Tyrion will then learn.
We'll be able to find the bodies.
Fido was able to go down the ladder.
No, I mean, he just saw you open a grate with a strange man and jump into it. And then the
Fido's
gate
just
closed.
gonna like eat part of your thigh, have a piss in the corpse, and then
listen,
go back and
listen.
Tyrion.
Let's not talk about dogs and thighs, please.
Why?
Someone obviously doesn't remember Damon's backstory.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, of course, sorry, yes, very, very true, very true.
Oh, Reggie.
All right.
So, there you have it. You find yourselves at this stone wall, and Lloris looks at you expectantly. However, he does pause and then says, "Are you sure you're comfortable doing this, Carmina? Going in alone?"
I'm gonna. We need a gut check mechanic. Because
Why? You scared?
well, yes and no. Realistically, in a world where magic is more common, because here's the thing. In I'll say something out of game and then I guess in game. But like realistically, even in a world with magic, not everyone has magic, right? So like being able to polymorph, somebody's got the ability to figure out if you polymorph, but like not everyone. Is it something that like
Stands to reason.
Mina would know to be cautious of all the time? Or is this only something where like, oh yeah, it's really much just the king has like 3 people on rotation because he's paranoid and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, so, and then in game, yeah, I want to do some sort of, I don't know if we want to call it insight or history, if I've done this before. How likely is it realistically that if I'm scurrying around as a rat, someone's gonna figure out that it's someone polymorphed? Because my gut says no one's checking on rats in a prison, but I don't know if in a world where that would be something people could do, if that's a world where something people check on, I'm rambling a bit, but like there's logic here. And if Mina's done similar things or, had vague approximations, like she probably would have some sort of gut reaction one way or the other.
Yeah, like I mean, dungeons like these would certainly have some rats lying around, so I don't think it would be too suspicious to see a rat scurrying around. However, if a guard came in and saw a rat doing something that a human would normally do, like perusing the newspaper or,
Right.
smoking a pipe, he would probably get suspicious. But if it's just like scurrying around, like you've polymorphed yourself into all manner of beasts before in the past, I'm sure.
Right.
And the less desirable creatures, we'll say, in your experience, that aren't greeted with warm welcomes. If you're a rat and you find yourself at the foot of a guard, he's likely to kick you, step on you, do something like that.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Unless he wants to learn to become a chef, in which case you might be able to help him as a rat.
But I do not have that skill set. If you wanted to play an instrument, maybe, but...
Right, Mina, I believe you're up, as they say.
I believe I am.
In the meantime, Damon, how about you and I spend some time getting to know each other a little bit more, and maybe removing some of these flagstones in the wall, so that we can come to Mina's aid should she need us swiftly.
Yes, I suppose we should at least get ready to go in, shouldn't we?
Yes. Well, if you are not back here in, shall we say, 5 minutes, we will come looking for you.
Even if it's that you just need more time, just come out and give a squeak and then go back. Just so we know.
All right, then.
And Lloris, before you transform, will just kind of clasp your shoulder, but not as kind of pally as he did with Daemon not too long ago, but kind of a soft but firm hand on your shoulder. And he kind of just looks at you for a moment and then nods.
All right. Ratify me. We're doing it.
Okay. And Daemon, you watch as Mina is kind of surrounded by this yellow light, and then suddenly becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, and the last thing you see is her facial features become that of a rodent before she becomes the size of your average rat, and she scurries in between the cracks in the stones.
I'll squat down quick as she changes into the final part of the form and just be like, do you know, Mina, you'd almost be cute if you weren't fucking disgusting right now. I don't like rats, but they have a purpose. Go and do your purpose.
I can't answer, so...
Nope, you can squeak. I'm sure she'll have words when she reverts back. But you squeeze through, and just this room on the map that you are in right now is this, like, this old, disused kind of storage room. You can see many metal pipes and flanges kind of boring into the wall. No doubt the new kind of sewer system that's in place, and not this old, decrepit one you've been crawling through. It is just a small little room. It stinks, but there is a kind of large, sturdy-looking wooden door to the north. It is closed, but there is probably a little gap underneath that you could squeeze through.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Do you want me moving through the map, or...
Yep, absolutely. Go ahead. I would just ask that no one else does.
Well, I can't because the door is locked, but...
No, you should be able to click on the little door icon. That'll
Oh,
open
look
for
at
you.
that. Bloop, bloop.
As you venture out into the hallway, you do see a guard on this long corridor just directly beside you, to your left. You see this another wooden door. Further down the hallway, you see a couple of entranceways. This guard patrolling down. He's at the far end of that corridor, just kind of
Right.
walking up and down. And
I guess, do you want me to just kind of move through it, and then you tell me to stop or not?
Yeah, I'll tell you to stop whenever. If there's any particular area of interest you want to go into, you pass by, as you scurry down the hall, you pass by this door to your left, peering into what looks like an armory, and a single solitary soldier kind of warming himself by the fire there.
Okay.
And
I guess I'll move past him.
Mhm.
Or I guess if he's moving away, yeah, I'll follow him.
Yeah, he's just kind of doing a perimeter walk, the guy that you saw first. Then you peer into the next door down this hallway. The last door before the guard turns the corner. And you peer into this kind of break room and kind of quarters for the guards. And you can see all manner of like crates with food, barrels, no doubt filled with wine or water, whichever the guards take their fancy of. You see a number of kind of soldiers' beds, just very basic bedding, and some stacked boxes in the corner of the room.
Yeah. So I don't want to get too close to this guy, but
Yeah,
like,
you can hear idle chatter coming from further within this room. There seems to be more voices
within this room?
the room you were just looking into with the beds. Yeah.
Oh, then I'd probably just peek around the corner and then scurry off.
You can see 3 guards. One, again, just kind of sitting on a stool by the fire, drinking from a goblet. And 2 more guards then sitting at a table eating food. They're all having a chat.
Anything interesting in the chat?
No, they're just talking about current events and how great it is to have the king here and how they're all working overtime but they're getting well compensated for it, all this kind of thing.
Do they sound tired?
No, they sound chipper.
Okay. Alright. That's probably all I get the chance to do because I'm not staying there for long. As
you kind of come to the corner of this corridor that the other guard that you initially saw was walking down, you can see that he's kind of standing at the... there's just a single door once you turn the corner, and it is open, revealing another kind of wooden-floored hallway. What you've been on at the moment is kind of like flagstone floor, but it seems to be another kind of maybe like mess hall or another kind of quarters chamber. It just looks like it looks warmer and more kind of I suppose habitable than this cold cold flagstone floor that you've been scurrying across. And the guard kind of turns the corner then and enters into the room. To the left he goes once he goes past the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna scurry up.
Okay.
And I can see the door there.
Mm-hmm. You see a closed door to your right and an open door to the left. The guard kind of just walks in and he's just hanging out there. And you can see that he drops a set of keys onto the table in what appears to be like a warden's office. And he just kind of stretches and kind of utters something to himself. However, now that you are there, can I ask you to make a perception check, please?
Sure.
Daemon, you can make this too, actually.
Perception, okay. 11.
Okay,
13.
Daemon, you do not feel this, but Mina, you feel, even though there's a fire burning in this warden's office, and there's several kind of sconces on the walls set ablaze, providing light, it starts to get cold. Pretty cold. Though the guard doesn't seem to be too bothered, is standing quite close to the fire, but it's getting cold, and something about the atmosphere feels a little overbearing, like you know when you kind of go underwater, you can feel that kind of little bit of extra weight on you when you put your head underwater. It's kind of something like that. Your head is fine, like it's not like you're being intoxicated or being affected by anything. It just feels strange, though the guard doesn't seem too bothered by it.
Would I recognize this as some sort of like I'm entering an area where a spell is cast, or is this just like
you're not
something
sure.
Completely unknown to me?
You're not sure. Yeah, it's unknown. You haven't felt like this before. No, but you're not being affected by anything. It's just you haven't felt this like sudden change in temperature in the atmosphere before. The guard then takes a bite of cured meats that he has produced from his pocket, and he picks up the keys once again and says, right, a couple more rounds. He starts walking back towards you.
Yeah. So what
Ugh,
I'll probably
out of here,
do.
you heinous fiend!
Oh.
As he sees you on the floor.
Yeah, I will just run, I mean, the way a rat would run if you kick it.
Scurry
Just
back.
straight down, scurry back. Probably scurry all the way over here, maybe to this door. Can I get through that?
That is actually it's like right down to the ground. Nowhere to squeeze through. This is the door that you first saw to your left when you
when I first got.
Yeah, just for everyone listening.
While I was
all the way
there,
back down the hallway.
did I get a glimpse of the door on the right while the guard was putting his keys down, all that kind of stuff?
Standard wooden door that you could have squeezed under. Yep.
Okay.
And I suppose with that 15 perception check, you would have heard voices coming from that closed door as well. Not indistinctive chatter, but yeah.
Has it been about 5 minutes, what I think? Running around, probably, right?
Probably about 5 minutes, yeah. Yeah.
Alright. I will flop back in the door.
And at this point, you can see Lloris and Daemon's kind of just up to chest height. They've removed the blocks, and Lloris says, there's our furry little friend. Actually,
It could be just a normal rat.
I was just going to say, I cannot tell if it is just a normal little rat.
Mina, if it is you, show us your distaste in being a rat. Okay, it's Mina.
Squeak twice if it's you.
For everyone listening who can't see the Zoom call, Mina just shrugged.
As a listener, can I ask why Daemon got to make a perception check at the same time as Mina when Mina was a different
We'll
part?
never know.
Oh, god damn it! I was
Something else might have been
I'll tell you.
So what's the word on the squeak, Mina?
I feel like for the sanctity of the game, I shouldn't say anything because I cannot say anything because I am
Physically
a rat.
unable to, yeah.
And I can't really draw staring at my tiny little hands.
Are you
I'm
gonna
going
remain as a
to.
rat?
What I can do actually as a rat is take one of my hands and slap my head. Playing charades now.
You are brain damaged?
And rats
No,
roll
Mina,
their eyes.
Your curly hair is not there anymore.
Can I just read her
then-
thoughts?
Oh yes, you can do that. Mina, you can just
as you're
outright
coming
say-
in, the thoughts are probably like, "You have a helm. Use the helm. Use
Yeah.
your helm."
Yes,
I had
my dear,
no
but
idea
as
what you were getting at.
As you said before, I should never use it on you guys unless you say, so I was just confirming. Your disdain for what I said made me realize it's not that you were brain damaged, so I figured that was consent.
Well, yes, thank you. I can give you the layout. There's a bunch of guards in there. We're going to make some noise. I don't know how much noise he was expecting to make.
How many guards between us and the actual prison? And I'm sure this guy at this point is like, how the fuck are you talking to her, right?
No, Lloris is looking at you going, I did not know you speak rat.
I'll describe the general layout. So there's the room that we're in. There's a long hallway. There's a door to the left that I couldn't get into, and a bunch of pockets on the right where there's about 4 guards. Then the hallway continues. One of the guards is doing rounds. He has the keys to get further in. I could go back in and try to go further, but I heard a lot of voices. I don't want to get kicked. So I came back.
So, you think most of the squad are in that one room on the right, is that correct?
Most of the squad that I can see for now.
Okay, is it a wooden door with a standard metal lock?
Yes.
Okay, I might have something that will help us with that. Are we safe to come into this door at least first, Mina? Just check once more for me, please.
I will pop out. The guy's probably making his rounds, right?
He's making his rounds, but if you shut the door and be quiet, you should be fine. Yeah. Well, sorry,
Like,
the door is
it-
already
Yeah.
closed. Sorry,
Yeah, the door's already closed. My thought
you should be
is he was coming down the hallway, making the turn, going down, and then going back. So my thought is he's not in this hallway. I want to catch him when he's leaving it.
Yeah, and we'll say ample time passes for you to know that the coast is clear. He's gone back
Yep.
up the hallway.
So is this door locked?
Nope, it is unlocked.
So there is one room on the right with one room on the right with like 3, and the person going back and forth.
Okay. So,
But ask him, or ask you, or are we trying to knock everyone out? Someone's gonna shout.
I'm hoping I'll be able to lock the 3 in that one room. The one on his own, maybe your friend here can help us with, as I look towards Fugente.
I am only hearing one half of a conversation here. I'm
Oh,
not quite sure what.
Okay, so there's one man in a room directly to the right as we go through. There's 3 in the room next to it. My plan is to make sure those 3 can't get out of that room. It is your job to take care of the one in the room on his own. And then we can press ahead.
Sounds like a plan to me, my friends.
Okay.
What about the one in the hall?
Do you have a way of charming them, Mina? Maybe making them do as you wish? Or at least going to sleep?
You are reading my thoughts, so you would hear this. But Mina's like, God, this would be so much easier if I just killed somebody.
Yes, but we're trying not to do that, right, Mina?
Right. Sorry, you get all of them? That makes sense.
And if I'm in, I'm in.
Mina's circling through what she can do. She's like, I can, curse one of them, but they're going to attack each other, and they're going to hit him really hard, and then the phantasmal killer makes a lot of noise, and the psychic lance does too, and it's not like I could help get someone with the chaos, and, long story short, no. She doesn't have sleep as a spell either, so it's...
Well, hopefully between us we can work out what we can do then. The idea is to keep this going as quick as possible. You said there's a door on the left as you go in. Is that locked as well? I suppose you can't tell, can you?
No, it's floor to ceiling. And I can't cast any more spells as a rat.
Can you listen? Does it seem like... Well, actually, hang on a second. And if this door's open, I'm going to sneak in. And I want to get to this door and I want to see if I can listen in or work out what might be behind this door.
I'll kind of run over here and run back just to make sure the guard's not coming for the 15 or so seconds he's out.
Okay, and Lloris kind of follows along Daemon, kind of watching your back as Mina goes down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, what exactly are you going to do with this door?
I want to basically put my ear to the door. I want to listen in and see if I can hear, like, I don't know, chains, bars. People that are in prisons tend to get restless, so I'm imagining, like, some form of tapping, some form of rhythmic kind of boredom, essentially. I want to see if I can hear anything in here to tell me
Make
that
that
this is a prison.
perception check, my dude.
Not with a 4, I won't hear shit.
No, with a 4, you don't even hear shit, even though you're so close to the sewers.
Oh, by the way, when we were in that room before as well, I was prestidigitation myself, so I'm nice and
that
clean and
stands to
smelling fresh.
Do you hear anything, Daemon?
I do not. Have a listen yourself then, see if you hear anything.
Call, I will roll perception for Lloris.
It was very obvious what I was doing, so... Oh my god.
He rolls a nat 1, and he, like, too enthusiastically goes to lean into the door, thuds the side of his head against it. It makes a noise down the hall as it echoes down. Mina, you see the guard turn on his heel and say, the famous line from Metal Gear Solid 1. What was that noise? As he starts walking down towards you.
Stupid, go, hide.
Too enthusiastic, Daemon, I apologize. Quick.
Get back in the room.
Thanks,
If Mina gets
Lloris.
close enough that I can whisper this to her without the soldier hearing, I'm going to say, try and get him into this room. And then I'm going to stand there so that if this guy does walk into this room following the rat, we're basically going to grab him and knock him out straight away.
Mina's on, I guess, this side of the wall at first, because I have to think, like, how the fuck am I going to get him in the room as
He
a
comes
rat?
down to the end of the hall, and he kind of looks around. The door, obviously, I presume, Daemon, you closed behind you.
Yeah.
He kind of looks, Mina, as you stare from underneath the jamb of the door. He looks, and he draws his sword. As he kind of squints his eyes at the door to the left and the door that you retreated back through. He looks at both and then decides to go for the door you entered through. He walks up, places his hand.
I would like to, if at all possible, they took some of the rocks out and stuff, right?
Mhm.
Can I jump from like a rock to a rock to send a rock like falling through, like make him think that a rat was burrowing and that was the sound?
Yo, I heard you like rocks, so you jump from rock to rock.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You can, if that's what you want to do, you can absolutely do that.
And I'll skitter, I'll make noise. Hopefully he notices me and not everyone else.
Okay, so you can take a step back towards the back of the room then, as he puts his hand on the handle. Daemon, Lloris on either side of the room, kind of hidden, tucked away in the corner, trying to hide, look at each other. As you hear the door open and he enters the room. He looks around, not seeing you at first, but at the far end of the room he sees Mina clambering on the rocks. Can I ask you to make a deception check?
I've covered my face with my scarf as well, by the way.
17?
17! Wow! He
Plus 13 to deception, so...
yes, so he does indeed look over at you, Mina, and sees that you do make another little bit of noise with the rocks as you kind of wobble on one of them and it tumbles to the ground. And he sees the entranceway to the old sewers. And he says, "What in the name of Fudunk?" Lloris comes across with a mean right hook and knocks him out cold. That was a little too close for comfort, I think. I do apologize for making a noise. Well, I'm just lucky he wasn't wearing his helmet.
Let's check him and see if he's got these keys. I'm going to check over, see what he's got on him.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check.
That'll be a natural 20 for a 29.
Nice. You find a longsword. You find a hand crossbow. You find 3 gold. You find a potion of healing. And you find a set of keys.
I'm going to take the set of keys, take the potion of healing, and then pick him up and sit him in that corner where I was, so that he's sat up. We've got this potion just in case one of your comrades are a little bit worse for wear. Hopefully he'll be able to get another one from somewhere.
Well, let us hope the rest of this operation goes a bit more smoothly. I had to improvise, but I think we are okay.
Okay, so this is how I see the plan. Mina, you're going to have to change back now because we're going to need you in your fabulous form. Lloris, you're going to sneak up and lock the first door. Then we're going to all go up, and as you lock the second door, I'm going to melt the lock so that they can't open it from the inside. Then we're going to move through and see if we can find this prison. Sound good?
Mina will de-ratify. Sounds like the only plan we've got.
And with that, we shall call it for today.
Heist, 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 heist.
I hate this. There's a reason I don't play rogues. I get so much.
Oh, it's so stressful.
It is.
And tune in next time when the stakes will be even higher.
The rat sticks.
Oh, Demolition Man. Perfect.
So, yes, thank you all so much for continuing to listen into our humble little podcast here on the Emerald Collective. Also, don't forget to tune into our Twitch side of the house and also our Discord community. Lots going on, lots more D&D, lots more Call of Cthulhu, lots more anything, pretty much TTRPG. So yeah, once again, thank you all for listening, and special thanks to you guys for playing in this adventure. You guys make it what it is.
Loving it.
Thanks for creating this whole world for us to fuck up. Absolutely.
Alrighty, everyone. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
See you.
Long.